my name is Wingfield. I'm here to inform you of the crime rates in my city and how they has affected the kids in my community. In my city where I'm from, the law has changed since I became older. Cincinnati has instructed itself into being a more scornful place. According to Neighborhood Scout, Cincinnati is safer than only 2% of all other cities in the United States. In the last years, I've lost 2 friends due to gun violence and 4 due to criminal acts. It hurts me not to be able to hang around the people who I could run to whenever I needed help. All of my friends besides 3 have criminal records, and not just simple crimes, but extensive crimes, just because of acts they tried to do just to be able to eat the next day. Crime rates in my area have risen every year, resulting in more deaths, robberies, assaults, thefts, and violence. My city is a place where crimes and violence is ignored, and this is where it affects the youth. It starts with children in the society, and our future leaders need to be educated and taught all the different things they could one day be able to accomplish. The crimes need to be stopped in Cincinnati before it gets to the point of no coming back. The schools are hurting because of all the non-acknowledgement of the violence around the city. And to start off my presentation, I will first talk about how my city influenced me to write this paper. Growing up, I wasn't poverty struck, but because I lived in Cincinnati, I was exposed to things that no kid should have to witness. It seems like the deeper you go into Cincinnati, the less income comes through. I see trash everywhere and dumpsters overfilled with trash. Playgrounds half finished and cracking in every street. So going outside isn't fun, but when you have domestic problems, what do? I had an outlet which was basketball, and it took me away from a free time and allowed me to better shape my craft. So many outside distraction things that as kids we had to control over and potentially do things that hurt us in the future. Next is the mental damage that can be strained on kids. According to Joy Zavosky, in the article The Impact of Violence on Children, it is stated that there is a link between exposure to community violence and symptoms of anxiety, depression, and aggressive behavior in children living in violent neighborhoods. I can ask my friends what they're going to be in 5 years, and many of them will say nothing or they have no idea. The thought of having no clue on what you're going to be in the future is scary. And if you ask me, no matter what, we all have to take a step in some direction. And if it's going forward, them in life, we will leave you behind. My friends are examples of who weren't able to develop the talent because society in my city destroyed their dreams. These kids can all be special. They just got to take advantage of the situation they're in, and we as leaders need to help. The mental damage that these crime rates have on the youth destroys dreams and limits their full potential. And as shown from Zillow.com, all inner city schools except 3 are ranked low or near poor to being great schools. When I attended public school, high school, versus my last school, I had to learn that the kids in my new school didn't care for education. Most teachers had to grab the kids physically to get them to pay attention, and the teachers that didn't care just didn't teach. I remember school being like recess. There was no sense of learning nowhere. We need our teachers to help our kids get the necessary tools they need to reach their goals in life. As adults, we must inspire and teach our kids that the only way to overcome these pressures is to attempt somehow to impact the world. As you can see in my PowerPoint slide, Cincinnati exceeds the state of Ohio and the United States in crime rates. from murderers all the way to motor vehicles. That, in my conclusion, every kid is not the same. Every kid might not have the same problem. So teaching each kid the same way may not be beneficial for both. Looking at these kids from the outside will only limit a teacher's ability to help the kid. The kid might not find math, reading, or even science beneficial to them, but showing them all the different things school can help provide will produce tremendous results. Studies say that the more educated you are, the better financial in life you will be. To inform my audience about crimes in my city and the effects it has on kids and how it reflects on them in and out of school. Because of all the lack of education in the city of Cincinnati, a lot of people from my city will never be able to get the opportunity to leave this city. No matter what, if there is no dream or goal, there can't be progress. The city is withering away because of ignorance of people who think it's always the person to blame, which I disagree because it's a lot of time the adult things on the inside that people don't understand. If teachers don't care and home life isn't good, how can we help these kids? In my conclusion, I think for the people that have good jobs and high income, need to help show the youth that aren't so privileged what's out there and educate them.